everybody. It's your old friend, Man Alone, and welcome to the Man Alone YouTube channel. I am so happy that you joined today. I'm very happy. Wait, that's not how pirate talk works, but it is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And I am very excited. No, that doesn't work either. I have to figure this out. It's just saying R, like a long R, right? Like this movie's rated R or NC-17. We're gonna be talking Pirate Borg. We're gonna be talking Tefrotic Nightmares, Kickstarters. We got lots of goodies to do today because this stream is born from every level of the conscious mind. On the conscious level, I'm feeling terrible. And I know I needed to do this stream because I was feeling very sad and very sorry for myself and very down. And, you know, there is something I really, really believe about human beings is that we love to talk about coping skills, but we're only able to use them when it doesn't matter, when you don't need them. You know, everyone wants to talk about counting backward from 10. But I've never seen anyone who's actually mad count backward from 10. I can't even get a 5 count from most people I've seen who are mad in any of my customer service or serving jobs. And so I who am I if I'm walking around talking that bull schlocky and I'm not able to do it myself? So I'm feeling really terrible today. And I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I don't want to feel sad. And so I'm gonna do some things that I think are coping skills. Number one, I'm gonna talk about other people and stuff they did and how I think it's awesome and build up their stuff and give away some free advertising for people who deserve it. I'm going to have fun with my hobbies. I'm going to connect with all of you. I'm going to share my ideas and my thoughts and everything. I mean, I don't want to put anyone on blast, like seriously, or get too personal or anything, but I just had somebody who I really, really wanted to trust. They let me down again. And it's to the point in my life. It's a person who's been in my life my whole life. It's not BB. BB never lets me down. If anything, I let BB down because I always leave the cereal open. And it makes, she says I leave the Oreos open and it makes them soft, but I think it makes them strong. They learn. Okay, I am sorry about that, baby. I'll start wrapping up the Oreos, but no. This is somebody else and someone I love very much, but I'm starting to realize that I have to love this person from a distance because the love that I am able to give, they are just not able to take. I'm not cutting them out of my life. I believe that there is a lot of sociopathic internet advice now that says if anyone, crosses you once, including like your spouse, parent, or newborn child, you can just go no contact with them. Your friends, your closest friends, and your family, I think it's important to always stay connected in some way with them, even if you have to set very strong boundaries. And I'm just really let down by somebody. I just wanted them to be the person I thought they could be. And I think it's to the point where if I allow myself to trust them again, then that moves into the territory of like gullible. So I don't know if any of you have ever experienced something like that. It's just sad. And so I literally was just sitting up in my bed and I was just doing the nothing pose, which is like sometimes when I really, really feel sad or anxious or something, I'll just freeze and I'll do nothing, or I'll do some recursive, worthless loop of activity. And I was like, finally I said, why am I doing this? It's almost like you got to break a curse or something like that. And a great way to break a curse is to board a pirate ship and go and search for some ancient curse. I mean, they're always getting themselves mixed up in that. Pirates are, they're men and women of history. each pirate's like a mini Churchill. Um, so I I I wanted to put this video out as soon as possible because actually, like, the early bird phase of a new Kickstarter that I want to show everybody about is happening now. And uh, you know, we talked about conscious mind. I must have been subconsciously very informed by this because, the one thing I thought of out of the blue while I was in this sort of stasis pod of emotional paralysis, I was like, you know what? I don't give enough screen time to Pirate Borg. I got to Frodic Nightmares. I missed the Kickstarter on this, and it was a really tough one to miss. I really wanted it, but it was like one of those weeks where I said, I've got to eat food and have medicine, and so I can't do yet another Kickstarter. Um, and I was like, well, that's it. I'll never see that again. Or it'll be online for like, twice the price or whatever. And then me and Mr. 55, co-host of the pod, were walking in the friendly local game store, and I just saw this on the bottom shelf, and I was like, are you kidding me? And it was very reasonably priced. So I quickly brought it up to the front and bought that sucker. And then 55 and I went back home and recorded yet another episode of the pod. Which, if you did not see the announcement, we have migrated away from Buy Me a Coffee, and the price for both the YouTube membership, which is right now $1 a month to get the emojis and the badges, that is being combined with the podcast. I'm going to put the podcast all on the for members here who are in the SEAL Team Waffle Alpha is what we're calling it. Although I'm thinking about calling it SEAL Waffle Alpha Team because then I could shorten it to SWAT. Anyways, it's $4 a month. So the podcast that was on Buy Me a Coffee, if you see in my previous videos, it was $4 a month. And then it was $1 a month here. Now, if you get the SWAT level membership here, you get the $4 thing and the $1 thing together for $3.99. I'm going to be putting all the podcasts up on YouTube here, members only. So it'll just be like audio with that, those little like wiggly lines that show that I'm talking when it's an audio only video so that you have something to grab your attention. I'll backload all the previous podcasts. So if you want to do that, you get all those perks. It's $4. The link is down in the description. I'd love for you to come. You get a weekly hour podcast with me, 55, BB when she's not out of country. And she'll be coming back home shortly. We have had some guests. We talked to PJ Sack, who does the Wasteland Story podcast. We talked to some people that are in a Coriolis, Free League Coriolis group that I GM. We're going to have Druidic Habit probably next month, going to slot on the pod. And just to prove how completely all over the place I am, but you're going to be amazed how I tie this all together. A video I made either earlier this week or last week was about some forecasts, some prognostications about what's coming up in the future of solo role-playing. And one of the things I said, I kind of hinted at, was like this sort of modularity to solo games, sort of taking pieces of them and then adding them and developing the solo game and building out different areas. So maybe you play this player character and then you switch over here and play this player character, and then they meet each other and one of them is like a companion and sidekick or whatever. And it was only afterwards I remember that your boy and mine together, Druidic Habit, this is basically what this Hexplorers guide is, which is on itch, and he puts out like a new volume every month. He's prolific. He's absolutely prolific. He's finishing up the Dragonbane solos, some of the editing for me and some of the diagrams and stuff. And so also all people who are on the SWAT level team will be getting a preview version of that, a PDF in October before the release. So now there's never a better time. But yeah, this Hexplorers guide, he was so disgusted by how I cut it last time that I actually bought one of these so that I can do like a better chopping of it next time, because I want to start printing more stuff out. I bought a printer and I'm like, it's a little bit expensive, but it's going to save me money in the long term. And now I have one of these and it's so fun. You put the paper in here and you just go, in fact, I want to do it right now. It's so good. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I want it to be that. Ooh, that's so pleasing. Oh, I love that. Oh no, this was my passport. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, so check out that. The link is below for the Hexplorers guide. It is really cool. I think he's already got like 5 volumes out of it, and he's not gonna stop. And if you love solo hex crawls, these things are awesome. It's just like every single one. It's probably like 20, no, not even like 12 pages. Really easy, super unique each one. They're not any of that very generic solo BS that you sometimes see. Okay, so see, I already feel better. I already feel better. This is really good. Okay, so yeah, so it was subconsciously, I must have known that this was Talk Like a Pirate, or it was International Pirate Week, because I set all this up and then I sit down on my computer and I open my email and I'm like, no. I seriously, I mean, I received this email as I sat down to the computer. So it's not like I saw this email before and I'm just like, what? So I must have seen something like this. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's Limithron. If you wanted to follow Limithron, yeah, they got this Kickstarter up right now that is looking hot. And again, I wanted to do this, put up this stream as fast as possible because I think, let's see, right now. So it's like Thursday, September 19th at like 6 a.m. Central. And it has a month left, but I believe right now like 5 hours left for some early bird deals. And so if you're watching this video right now and this is something that you're interested in, this Down Among the Dead, it's going to be an expansion for Pirate Borg, and there's so much other stuff, and I haven't even decided, like, made a final choice on it. But if you're watching this video right now and it's Thursday, September 19th, press pause and go to this. I'll put the link here so that you don't run out of time for any like sort of early bird stuff. Yeah, because it's still labeled early bird. So what I think I'm probably going to get is just the Down Among the Dead hardcover book. That's what I thought I was going to get. But then there's this other thing that apparently has been out, this Cabin Fever. And then I was like, well, I really want this because it has some solo rules. I wonder what the solo rules are like. And I was going through here and I found out you can get an alpha version of the PDF for free. So we'll talk about all this in due time. But again, if you're interested in that, I would go now just to make sure that you're going to get any deals that you're going to get. Okay. So yeah, it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. I couldn't believe it. Blown away. And they got some merch going on. They got giveaways. There's this new thing, Sync. I don't know if that's them or if it's just like pirate adjacent. So it is Talk Like a Pirate Week. And yeah, bunch of giveaways, great looking stuff. Find a pirate board game, get some good pirate paraphernalia. And then I started going into this. We'll go over the Kickstarter, but yeah, so pretty exciting. So my goal is today is just to go through. I've done a little bit on Pirate Borg before. I just want to talk about that a little bit. And then also, I really haven't gone through Tephrotic Nightmares yet. It did come wrapped up with this. This envelope has some like hex maps, and then it just has, yeah, some like little cutouts and stuff. So it came like this. It was just wrapped in plastic. So I wish I would have unboxed it. The design of it, again, I'll show it again. It is truly unique. And so we'll do that, and then we're going to take a look at the solo rules that I found that you can also find for free. I'll show you how to do that. And if you're a solo player, sometimes you see solo rules and you're like, okay, this is the solo, like these are what I was expecting, right? I got like 2 or 3 oracles, I got a decision oracle, and I got a couple tables. This one has some things that I've just barely looked at it, but I'm like, we got some interesting stuff here. We got some interesting solo tools here. Now, usually whenever I play anything Mork Borg or Borg adjacent, I get really excited because I get to bring out like all my Mork Borg, stuff here. I get all my dice and my fun little characters and my 4-sided disease dice, and I can pull out my portents, and I can set up my my coffin dice roller and all this good stuff. However, Pirate Borg has like a little bit of a different color scheme, right? And so I wanted to get some nice accoutrement that fits. I wanted to honor, you know, the pirates. And so I think I put together a little Pirate Borg thing here. And if when we go through the solo rules, we'll try a little bit of it out. If I'm inspired to do a playthrough, this is the tools that we have available to us. So I should say, first of all, you know, regardless of what these solo rules turn out to be, I've seen that people have used solitary defilement and solitary depths. You could basically use anything that is a Borg-like. Is that a phrase yet? And just adapting these. You might have some thematic issues because if you're playing something like Cyborg and you pick up like a coffin filled with bones, that might not perfectly fit in Cyborg. So, but these two are perfectly good to use for really any OSR game. The other thing I wanted to just put a bee in everyone's bonnet about is that I just really don't think this game, which is part of, you know, the Stockholm Cartel array, I just don't think it gets enough love. And I really wonder why, because I really was captivated by it when I first saw it. And I think it's worth some time to at some point think about adapting this into solo. I think it got like when it came out, there was like a lot of videos that were like, is this just Mork Borg in space? And I think there's a little more to this, but that's not for today. Just wanted to put that in public. So, all right, so here's what I got so far. So instead of the yellow and black dice, I got a little array here with some red and black to sort of fit that theme. I got some mini dice here if need be. I also have some Warhammer dice that's a little more gray, but it has skulls on it. And then I got some gems. All right, might need some gems. I mean, what's why be a pirate if you're not going to scoop for gems, right? And then we have some. This is from the goddess herself, Beebs, BB. Who also, if you become a member, you'll see even at the $1 level, BB made her first book review video for members. So if you're interested in that, and for those who are just happening upon this video, BB is my fiance and also the most wonderful human being to ever live. I got some treasure chests. I got some barrels. I got some crates. These look great. Thanks, Beebs. So we got that. Oh, BB also got me, because she loves me, some more barrels. BB thinks, BB says, man alone can never have enough barrels. I know what that's. Enough barrels and crates. I've got to get my man some barrels and crates. She also got me these amazing bone dice that are like teeth. So I thought that would be really nice as well to throw in the mix. Some more crate, some more treasure, a couple little like meeples on scheme, a couple rocks. I mean, hey, who knows if maybe I like this so much I want to play it inside an aquarium. And then I got a couple of the Mork Borg 1D2 coins, right? We could use these as well to fill in for some doubloons. So I think this is pretty dang good. Let me kind of like spill out my riches here to give a full feeling of, paper treasure chest. I don't think you made the cut. Yeah, let's look at, oh yeah, I also got this because it's got a nice red apple inside this. Who knows? We'll see it. Does that fit? Yeah, that's on theme. Let's just season this here with a couple. Not too much. Want to have a good color distribution. Oh, yeah. That looks great. Very nice. Very nice. Now, remember, if you ever seen the video I say about making your little solo game feel special, this is part of it. Make it feel cool. Make it feel like it's got stuff you like looking at. I know everybody's got stuff that you just like looking at and it makes you happy, and that's the stuff you need to look at when you're feeling like crap, like I am, is you got to remember that your happiness, you know, it's gotta come from you, right? Now, happiness needs to be shared, but sometimes those people who you want to share it with, they let you down. They don't keep promises. They don't treat you like you know that you deserve to be treated. And so you say, look, are you kidding me? It's Talk Like a Pirate Day. How could you let down Monsieur Man alone? Okay. So we got a nice setup here. We got our, let me move this aside just so we have actually, let me take a little pause here to clean everything up. Okay, I am so glad I took that pause, because even though this is going to start spiraling out the video a little bit, because now, you know what? I'm going to hold it together. We can easily recover from this. So I remember one other thing that really cheers me up is giving stuff away. My love language is gift giving, and I love to give gifts that are special. And I try to remember things people said. Oh, it gives me such joy. And now, obviously, if you saw my intro video to Path of Glory, this is the new campaign supplement. You had to Kickstarter it a long time ago. But I was fortunate enough to have a friend who wishes to remain anonymous donate a second copy to me for a giveaway. We're talking wrapped in plastic. And so I wanted to figure out a contest. I'll write up the rules on this at some time, probably next week. This weekend's going to be very busy for me. But we'll do a giveaway, a Path of Glory. Okay, beautiful Dragonbane adventure module. And it's going to be, it also comes with this gorgeous map, this pull-out map that you can unfold. And this will be a contest to design my podcast, the Man Alone SEAL Team Waffle Alpha podcast. And I'll set up the requirements for that, and then the winner will have that shipped to them. Or if you're international, we'll figure out something to do on... I have some credit on DriveThruRPG that I can send your way, and you can download some print copy yourself. Okay. So talking about making everything nice and special, we got my favorite pens, my favorite various thicknesses pens, and a nice point journal that I've been using to practice 2D6 Dungeon. I almost wanted to do a video on 2D6 Dungeon. I'm really, really loving what I see there. I want to do playthrough of that. However, there is a, you know what? I need to show off their page. Okay, so I don't know if any of you have ever seen or follow the Tabletop Engineer, but this dude, in addition to having an awesome, mostly solo RPG channel, also does like custom laser cutting. And I'm gonna get from him a let me share it. Yeah. This right here is going to be, I don't know if you can see this. Forgive me for sharing.
Or how you can find like a secret door. All right, so this is room number 3. It is a standard room, so there is likely to be an encounter.
And you can see
now, remember, it was page, I think, 42.
Sorry, I can't do two at the same time. You can see along the top is like your item cards or whatever can be held up there. And he's doing, and then you need to place this card here to keep track of, what is it, your combat adjustment or fatigue or whatever. And then some other stuff down here. Try to get a better view of it. But yeah, and it's all, I believe, yeah, it's like dry erase maybe, or maybe, yeah, that's just paper. But anyways, has shift, XP, health, armor. I'm getting a left-handed version of that, and so I'm so pumped, and I'm going to wait till I get that before I do the 2d6 playthrough because I think it deserves it. But I've been using this notebook for that just to help me draw up the dungeons. You know, I don't really do as much hex crawling as I should, and I think I have seen it in a rather limited way, and I really need to reappraising that is really good. More on that when we get to that video. Okay, so I have reviewed Pirate Borg before. So I'm not going to do a complete review of that, but in a nutshell, Pirate Borg is, you know, I would say that in terms of source material that is in-house for Stockholm Cartel, it's pretty much Mork Borg and Pirate Borg. And then there are some like cousin games that are, you know, made with under the influence, and I feel like they have a quality standard that meets the to be in sort of the Mork Borg pantheon. And then there is another ring out of that, a lot of Exalted Funeral stuff that is good. It is, you can kind of tell that it's, you know, third party stuff, right? Which is like no shade. It's just that Mork Borg has like a very definitive vision of design. And when it is copied, it's cool, but it's like not the original thing. And then when copies of it are copied, that's when you start seeing some really silly stuff in the Borg verse, right? You start seeing like, you know, page design that is just disgusting, you know, just like slashes of color. It has no sort of underlying meaning or anything like that. So I would say in the center, you have Mork Borg, Cyborg. Outside of that, you have Pirate Borg. I would also put Death in Space. I know a lot of people would put Vast Grim. I would not put that in there. I would put that in another ring out. Although I haven't played a lot of the expansions for it. But Pirate Borg, I would say in terms of a primary source book that is in the wheelhouse, and that is even more so with Tefrodic Nightmares because Johan Nohr is an artist for this, and Johan Nohr is, you know, the creator of Mork Borg. And so that just shows me that there is very heavy collaboration here, and it's deserved because in terms of all of the Mork Borg pantheon, this one is absolutely the most abundant in terms of resources, story, generators, tools. Is the art as inspired as the original Mork Borg? No. But you know, it's good. It's still like, you know, a B+ in the Borg world is like an A+++ in most others. So it's just got so many options here. The only reason I'm not obsessed with this game is because I do not love pirate stuff. And it's kind of sad because I think I miss out on a lot. Like I never was interested in Pirates of the Caribbean. I never seen a single one of those movies. It just doesn't, I don't know. I'm not interested. However, I should say that I'm playing Pillars of the Earth Deadfire right now. And when it's combined with a bit more of like a medieval flavor to it, or maybe even early Renaissance, it could be cool. But yeah, I just think I don't give it enough of a chance, and that's a shame because I think that there's a lot in here and a lot that is built upon that is not in the original ones that closes a lot of loops on things. And there's ship-to-ship combat. There's tons of weapons. Look at this. Okay, so D100 backgrounds, distinctive flaws, idiosyncrasies, unfortunate incidents, things of importance, ancient relics, arcane rituals, mystical mishaps, sea shanties, alchemy. I mean, it is just one after another pure generative content to play with. And they are not effing around because this is really good stuff here. And you know what? I'm feeling like FOMO for myself or something like that right now because this is just such good stuff here. You got this nice layout in the back. We have naval combat instructions, creature index, easy to read, character sheets. Yeah. So this is great stuff here. Pirate Borg, can definitely recommend. And then when Tefrodic Nightmares came out, obviously because it had sort of the stamp. Now I should say Luke is always who emails me from Limithron, but now that we understand that is Luke Stratton, not Luke Gearing. Luke Stratton is Limithron, and I think, yeah, if we can take a peek at that. So yeah, if you can go ahead and follow, I hope I'm saying that right, Limithron does a lot of good content, and most recent stuff is for this Down Among the Dead Kickstarter. And so let's see here. Dolores Cannon. Okay, so we'll go to the Kickstarter right after Tefrodic Nightmares. So again, if you didn't see my previous video, the design of this book, and Stockholm Cartel is famous for like, there's a lot of stories where like they send things off to the printer and the printer's like, you want what now? Or like they'll tell the printer that they want something a certain way, and the printer will be like, that must have been a mistake. And so they'll start printing it the other way. And then they'll be like, what is this? And they're like, oh, you accidentally put that you just want like this card to be completely blank. And they're like, yep, just totally black, just a black card. That's all we want. And they're like, why? And they're like, oh, that's what we want. And so I could only imagine this one, because this one is made to look like a book that was burned like in a fire. And it really does feel that way. And I mentioned this before, whatever paint was on here, I had to separate a lot of these pages, and thankfully none of them really ripped or anything like that. But it feels like a hymnal from like growing up in a Catholic church, those books that are in the back of the pew. And it almost has that dead feeling, like it's dead. And I think that's very on point, because the whole point of this adventure is it takes place in like an ash sea. It's just like, instead of water is ash. That's the vision. And so let me actually silence these, getting too many notifications here, folks. I don't want to talk to anyone. Do not disturb. Busy. Okay. So yeah, I've just paged through this. I haven't looked. So we have rumors up front here, and words by Luke Gearing, art and graphic design by Johan Noor, editing Jared Crater. Okay. So this is the first printing. Sea of Ash. To the north is an ocean without water. Mountains form islands in a sea of ash and cinder. Boats built of bone and sinew slice across the gray waves, hunting the strange fauna and one another. If you aren't prey, the sailors might speak of the mountains no one calls home. The dark, forgotten place is full of things from below, much safer atop the ash, they say. Yet what has been forgotten will hold value. Once a forest, a verdant proliferation of green, then came the arsonist, and with her came fire. That is such a Borg-like sentence structure. Then came the arsonist, and with her came fire. Okay, I'm feeling a lot better, and that's why I feel empowered right now to mention another thing, is that I have been devouring a horror writer who is a contemporary and actually friend of H.P. Lovecraft named Clark Ashton Smith. And I have never heard sentences like Clark Ashton Smith's sentences. There is something about them that is so blunt. They just sort of bang you over the head. And there is, if you can find a video, there definitely is a video of The Colossus of Yalorn by Clark Ashton Smith. Please check that out. It is so interesting. It's what I loved about Lovecraft when I first encountered him, like when I was a freshman in high school, is sometimes it's not even the ideas being presented that are scary. It's how they're being described. There's like a vacancy or an eeriness or something like that. Check out The Colossus of Yalorn. And I mean, this is about an ash sea, and the guy's name is Clark Ashton Smith. I mean, hey, that's got to mean something. Okay. The conflagration lasted a year and left a sea of ash, smothering more than the forest could ever have hoped to, enough to choke the basilisks themselves. If you've never played Mork Borg, the basilisks are these sort of two-headed gods. One of them is the god of like lies, and the other one is the god of like end times, and it's a very interesting thing there. So wealth in water. The fire boiled away the springs and streams. All water comes from the sky or the hot red stuff of life itself. As such, water is used as wealth. Coins have no utility in such a place that the borderlands merchants exchange between the two at disfavorable rate. Enough water to keep someone alive for a day is worth 20 silver. 2 days of water takes up 1 inventory slot. Values in days in water. So water is going to be really the currency. We got a water world situation going on. And yes, I am taking my morning vitamins. Where is the Sea of Ash? To the north, across the endless sea. There's nothing endless about it. The water turns into mud and then ash. Or, to the west, mercifully shielded from the two-headed basilisk realm by the mountains of the Bergen Crypt. Or, it is the smoldering remains of a burnt-down Sarkash, not a tree remained. Or, a secret world beneath this one. Dig deep enough and you'll find it. So, what's interesting about this is it's giving you these options that make it fit in different game setups, because like Sarkash is part of Mork Borg. And so I think what it's saying here is this place exists either with Pirate Borg or Mork Borg or a thing all your own. And so ash crawling, it's going to have boats. I think this would be a good time to peek inside the envelope, the ashes to be. And what we have here is mostly, okay, so we have this basic hex map. This might be good for like combat. Yeah, that's a very basic one. And then this looks like might be good for Hexploring inside a set location. Very nice. And this one has that sort of Norwegian black metal like wrist slashed blood splattered script. Another hex. So this is probably for sea combat. And I think there's like these little I would say of all accessories, I must admit I hate these the most. They just like there's nothing wrong with these. I'm not throwing any shade or ash. It's just like of all the things that I can get, like little punch out things are the least exciting. I like paper cutouts. I like figurines. I like dice, but these just don't do it for me because they're just so unwieldy. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. It's like you can't stack them very well. Once you take them apart, they're like little flecks of paper that are so easy to lose. But my own proclivities aside, we have a captive screwworm junk, batwing surfer, tephrofoil skincraft, dead bee balloon, static charge hull, bird sled. And then there's different ships on the bottom. The dust lion mother, the tentaclad mole whale, the tentacled mole whale. Oh, that's what they all are. Tentacled mole whale. Okay, so I guess we'll maybe know something about these as we go on. So I just want to show everybody what's in the envelope there. Okay, so ash crawling. Travel across the Ashen Sea requires... let me move it over. Requires novel methods. A man on foot is sure to sink, suffocating beneath the gray waves. Those insisting on pedestrianism have adapted using huge bladed 30-foot stilts to traverse the sea. Oh, that's cool. So they're on stilts. Traveling by a stilt, it takes 2 days to cross one hex. One is able to lock stilts in position and to sleep standing. It is not comfortable. Combat is clumsy and difficult. All rolls are made twice, taking the worst result. Most, however, use boats. Use a separate group sheet to track the boat statistics. Base statistics are determined by the class of the boat and modified by the environment and the additional items equipped to them. The stats are some... look pretty obvious here. Size, speed, RAM, structure, stability, crew, cost. Then there's so you got, those are the boats. So that you can get a tephrofoil skincraft, a batwing surfer, captive screwworm junk, bird sled, dead bee balloon, static charge hull, corpse raft, rotten walker, and then a rare one that I won't say just in case you haven't played yet. And then ramming attacks. You could use a Corvus bridge to board a ballast day, drag harpoons, scythes, flaming oil slingshot, some defenses, snake scriptures, scapegoat homunculus side effects, obscene growth. The scapegoat homunculus, any powers, curses, or lightning attacks targeting the boat instead affect the homunculus. It has 2d10 HP. However, each time it is damaged, there's a 10% chance of a side effect occurring. Roll on the table. In emergencies, they could be eaten. Fantastic. Utilities, fog collector, boat combat, very nice flow sheet here, very nice. Boat travel, determine initial wind direction randomly. It begins at strength 1 every day. Consult the following charts, rolling separately for each. Cool. Weather, great. Encounters, love this. D100 encounter table. As a solo player, we love to see it. Denizens of the Ashen Sea, so these are probably going to be NPCs and or enemies. Ashmouth Raiders, scream until your throat bleeds. This will stop you choking on the ash. The smile of a raider is wide, open, honest. For them, there is nothing but survival and the thrill of the hunt across the sea. They are not a single group, but a multiplicity of teeming hordes, wolf packs on a flat plain of ash. There are 4 major groups, each based around one of the fortresses. Ashmouth Raider personalities. Awesome. So this is all factions. Then the different units they can have. Blood Hunters. Burnt Offerings. Cannibal Count. Pneumatic Order. What's the Pneumatic Order? An impossible vision of white marble beauty from the world that was. They speak of persecution and hunting. They fail to mention that they perpetrated it. So good. The University. The brightly garbed scholars of the University believe that the genesis of the apocalypse lies within the ash, the remains of the little death preceding the extinction of the world itself. This is just great. This is great. Monsters and Beasts, Dry Witches. I've known a couple of them. I met one of them at a bar once. I just had that thought. If you are someone who's sober, it's just like that oblique mention of a bar, and for some reason that part of your brain still goes like, oh yeah, that we should do that. It's usually only when I feel really bad, so let's keep going here because I'm feeling better. Okay, so this is the Ashen Sea, and then this names all the hexes. So like 14, where's 14? Why can I not see 14? There's 13. 14. That is Rain Spike. And then I'll give you the page number. See, this is great. So you basically can travel around and you can generate the encounters on anything that's not numbered. And then there's different numbered ones that are sort of pre-made mission or campaign locations. And this follows the format of Cyborg, Mork, Borg, of like different rooms that you can do. This would be very good for crawls using the solitary defilement. Okay, yeah, don't want to spoil these, but looks like they're really well built out. It's got goodies for you to pick up. It's got maps. It's got enemies. Everything that you'd want in a campaign book. And all those factions I just talked about, those are all being featured here, I'm seeing. I definitely don't want to spoil too much, but it looks like there's 21 locations. And then in the back, we have corpse pickings and a nice index. So really nice. Yeah, I would say I think it was $39. Well spent. Well spent. Okay, so now what I want to check out, though, is I want to go over to the Kickstarter page because I got really excited. Even though it's just 2 pages of this thing that I saw as having some solo stuff, 2 or 3 pages, I really do think that there might be something good going on here. So actually, I don't want to go to the Kickstarter. I guess I do, actually. Let's start at the Kickstarter, and then I've downloaded a preview for the one that they're kickstarting, Down Among the Dead. And also one that's available right now, Cabin Fever Alpha. That is a PDF that you can get the entirety of the alpha version of Cabin Fever for free, 88 pages, and that's what has solo rules. But now that I'm looking through it, I'm like, I think I gotta get this. Okay, so like I said, if you're interested in this, please just go over there really quick. I'm almost interested in getting the Pirate Borg starter set. That's one of the things on offer. The actual thing that they're doing right now is the hardcover book of Down Among the Dead, I believe, is maybe 30 for the PDF or 20 and then 40 for the hardcover. You are dead, your soul lingers on. Discover what happens to those unfortunate few who find themselves lost to Davy Jones' locker, an adventure for after a TPK, shipwreck, kraken attack, or hurricane. Cool. So rumors, Serpentine, great old one. So we're gonna get some Eldritch stuff. Yeah, this, I love the color scheme of this. This looks really nice. It's got adventures. Damn. Motivations, Pirate Borg, house rules. That's right. So they got this thing that's just kind of like a whole set of 20 house rules, of like optional modifications. GM screen looks great. Glow in the dark ship of the dead spot ink embossing. Oh, that does look really, really good. Oh my gosh, am I not scrolling on your side? I hope I am. Okay, good. Oh, I just looked over at the other screen and I was like, have I just been doing this and it's not showing anything on there? Okay. Maybe I'll make this just a wee bit larger. Okay. Yeah, so this starter set, which I don't know if they had that last time, but this actually, even though I have the hardcover, this starter set has a player's guidebook, so you can give that to the players. It has Trapped in the Tropics, 4-part adventure. It's got maps. It's got reference cards, which I am greedy for reference cards. It has character sheets, which the Cyborg character sheets, I absolutely loved having those tearaway sheets. Laminated PC creation guides, 12 resin dice, punchboard tokens. Yeah, I don't know. That looks good. Okay, so this is the Cabin Fever here. And I don't know. So you could download the free alpha PDF of the entire book. And this is from Known Conspirators, a sub-label for community content. So this must be a sub-label of Limithron. Okay. 180 full color pages. Right, because the alpha is 88 pages, but I think it's 2 pages per like PDF page. 13 new classes, 6 adventures, solo play rules. So that's what I want to go over to now. And right here, you can go on the website and download the alpha right here. And the final complete PDF will also be free. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I guess this Cabin Fever, yeah, was like everyone who submitted for a jam, they put it in there. And I was like, that's going to, you know, much love to those who contribute to jams. But I was like, you know, those are hit and miss. I opened this PDF. I was like, whoa, this is really good. Oh, yeah, look at these naval combat tokens. Oh, man. What do you do? I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't get this. I don't need it. I don't need that. That's easy. Okay. All right. So, yeah, this is the one I'm struggling with. Okay, so, yeah, you can get the PDF for 20. Starter set of just Pirate Borg 30. 40 for the hardcover. That's what I think I'm going to get, but is that really what I want? I kind of want digital Cabin Fever. I do have Pirate Borg on Alchemy, and I was going to bring that up, but I think if I do a playthrough of that, I might use that. I've kind of had a little bit of a divorce from Alchemy. It's just not quite there yet. Beautiful, but very, very unwieldy. I am going to show Dragonbait on there, though, because they sent me a copy of that, and it is quite good. I mean, if you've never seen Alchemy, it's unreal. It's so beautiful. but just GMing in it was so tough. It's like they've got to work on like end user experience. Okay. Yeah, these reference cards are exciting. 50 character sheets. Okay, I'm recording a video, I forgot. All right, so let's take a look over at... All right, so this is actually the solo rules, and we'll remember that this is on page 86, so it's almost at the bottom. I just want to scroll at the top, up top here. So this is this Cabin Fever, and yeah, so it's got a bunch of contributors here for the jam. I did do a search of like the word solo, and it only does show up on those 2 pages. But just from what I saw, there's so many ways to die. There's so many good resources here that could be folded into any solo thing. So we have a recipe for long pork. No, please. No long pork, no long pig. The barnacle. Items from packs do not count against your carrying capacity. Oh, okay. This is a character. This is a character. The barnacle. The sulfur. The powder keg. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, I thought that said the urinator. The privateer. The angler. Okay. Yeah, these definitely look like community content PCs. I mean, they're great. Whoever did these are great. It's just like I haven't been like my whole life I wanted to play as a shipwright. Ash dealer. So now I can get behind this. The psychoactive dust of desiccated undead remains drives black markets throughout the dark Caribbean. Cool. The tattooed. The griot. The iron wrought. The feast. Le menu. The feast. Okay, so this is a new faction. A merchant's cabal of deep one fishmen obsessed with coin and meat. It's basically me. Pale Oak, another faction. The Slime. They did a good job, man. This is a... If anyone's on this Discord, let me know. Send me a link to this if you can. I'd love to get on this and see, because these people are really putting... I have to say, like, some of this puts, like, the Dragonbane community stuff even to shame. Parasitic Beard. Yeah, and then some of this stuff is just sort of like... That's what you get with a jam, though, is some of this stuff's, like, really off. Does not quite, like, fit the same design. Okay. So yeah, this... Oh, wait a minute. Die in 6 directions. Island map generator, hex crawl. See, this is good stuff. This is very good stuff. See, this is almost what I was talking about when you like do a copy of Mork Borg, because Mork Borg is very hostile to the reader, but this is just like... And it's like I'm not willing to take the time. But this is community content, so I'm not trying to be a jerk here or anything. Like, this is great, whatever these people did, but it's just, you know, it's Mork Borg is quite a simple game, right? And so a lot of it is the aesthetic, and so if it doesn't have that, then it's sort of, you know, just a pretty, to be honest, bare bones OSR rule set and item set. This does look really good. All right, let's go down to the solo rules and check them out. I think it's... Yeah, so maybe this is all... Yeah, dude, this is all going to be solo stuff here. Let's check this out. All right, rules and procedures for playing Pirate Borg solo. All page numbers refer to the Pirate Borg core rulebook. Adrift and alone. Don't panic. Do what every sailor does. Grab an OR. Love it. Love an acronym. Observe, act, resolve. Describe the scene. Decide how your character behaves. Determine how the scene changes. So I'm going to say, without having read this, I'm already thinking that this is going to be and I'm just guessing right now, I don't know this, but I'm like, when I see this kind of thing where your role play instructions have to do with like creating a narrative scene rather than a mechanical scene, I think, okay, next up is going to be Powered by the Apocalypse. But let's see. The OR is the core gameplay loop for playing Pirate Borg solo. Often it will be obvious what is in a scene and how the scene changes. Be sure to keep the code. The Pirate's Code. The Pirate's Code Oracle. All right. You get to decide how you ended up there. Looks like you get to do a crewmate. Okay, each time a crewmate is injured while off the ship, they must test spirit against a DR equal to the amount of damage they have taken during this trip ashore. On a failure, they abandon the PC and return to the ship. On a fumble, they abandon the PC and never come back. Cool. In the act stage of the OAR procedure, your character will do something that will alter the scene. If the action is without risk, I walk to the bar and order a drink, then there's no need to roll. Here's where it comes. If the action is dangerous, such as I'm going to swing across the other ship, then you'll need to roll for the outcome using the following procedures. Assign a difficulty rating. Yep. Pick which of your ability scores you would best accomplish this. Yep. Here it is. Strong hit, weak hit, fail. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, that's the powered by the apocalypse thing here, which, you know, it's not bad. I've just found that last time I played Cyborg and I used the solo rules, except I just used the Fate Mill, and I don't know, it's hard to, I can't think of the advantage of giving that over to like the sort of strong hit, weak hit, because there is also this thing that happens when you use powered by the apocalypse set where you mostly get weak hits. And so the idea with that is like, oh, well, you're creating these complications. Complications are sort of the meat of what makes the plot drive forward. But sometimes it gets so tedious. You can't do anything. Everything has a complication. And you start having these like detours, these tremendous detours from what you were doing. And look, I'm the last person to say like, oh, just do what you want. And that, because that's not gameplay, right? It has to go a different way. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I'm playing PBTA, that I just can't get anything done. But yeah, well, that's not all there is to it though. So let's see. Combat's best avoided when you're alone, okay, but you cannot dodge every fight. If you like, you may run combat on a grid, okay, and track each combatant's HP and actions as you would in a multiplayer game. If you want to speed forward, you could use abbreviated combat. Interesting. Choose a weapon, assign a DR. Huh? And then do a strong hit, weak hit, fail. This might be good if I have like a swashbuckling all-out brawl where people are like swinging from ship to ship. Sailing the open sea is dangerous when you're alone. For each day of travel, test presence. Strong hit, weak hit. And so this is, I guess, maritime travel. You'll do the strong hit, weak hit, fail to see if you have an encounter. And then we have, okay, so this is what was kind of interesting to me, this Pirate Code Oracle. This looks like it gives some sparks. Let's just try a few here. Well, no, let's use some appropriate dice. So what is this, a D66? So a 16 will be shoot. Okay, which one do you use? Do you use any of them? Let's see if I need to. I mean, I would guess that, okay, so they have a decision oracle at the bottom. They have an event oracle and an encounters, D12 encounters. But I would guess that you roll 3. I mean, I think the way I would do this is I would roll on it 3 times. I would take the first word on the first thing. So 64 wound. And then we'll go 26 shark, 24 personal, wound, shark, personal. Okay, and so I would say that the way I would take that, I know it's a maritime thing, but I would probably say my loan shark or somebody that I loaned money from or loaned money to, there's going to be some sort of like a conflict right now. Okay, I like this though. I like it. It looks like they have a good spread here. So yes, it is going to be a 1, 2, 3 because it goes verb, noun, modifier. Cool. Okay. And then there's naval combat rules. If there's anything that one would want to avoid when alone in a boat, it's naval combat. If you find yourself threatened by another ship, you may try to flee. If you want to enter combat with another ship, especially when you have rounded up a few crewmates, you may use the naval combat rules from the core rulebook. Alone, each turn, move your ship or take 1 crew action. Inadequate crew. Each turn, move and take 1 crew action. Adequate crew. Each turn, move and take 2 crew actions. You can also use the abbreviated combat. So then it says, what's next? Play through the Curse of Skeleton Point included in the Pirate Borg rulebook. Play through any Pirate Borg module, whether or not it was intended for solo use. I love that, bravado. And I completely agree with that. I'm not being sarcastic. I think that there should be more encouragement to do that kind of stuff. Build an adventure using Hoist the Colors on the following pages. Drop a set of 6 polyhedral gaming dice, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20 onto the map on the facing page. Add a second D4 for an extra challenge. Alternatively, you can roll each die separately. Cool. Okay, so this is going to be, D4 is going to be your ship. Then D8s are going to be islands. D10, medium island. And then you roll up a quest. I like this. I like this. Now, I will say that the drop the dice thing, it just rarely works unless you have, you know, like you can place it somewhere in like a dice tray, because otherwise it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop my dice, especially that many dice. It's usually going to do something like that, I guess, unless you roll them one at a time. Maybe it's well, I mean, obviously you can make it work. You just maybe have to re-roll a couple times. But I like this. I like that. I like setting up a little bit of a hex map here and then populating it. And then we could do scene at sea, random encounters, faction, creature, location, and a whole thing of rum. And events to die for, random events in the Dark Caribbean. Yeah, I dig it. I think I would play that. I might modify it a little bit, but I think I would play that. What do you all think? Is that worth it? There's some, you know, there's new stuff there. I like to see that. This was a good solo module. I just the Powered by the Apocalypse, I think it could be good mechanically. I'm trying to think. I will have to say I've played quite a bit of Starforged, and that was probably a book that I played when I was still pretty naive with solo. And I cannot say that I ever had a very exciting combat in that game. But again, I'm going to throw it out there because maybe, you know, I think it's been too long since I've done that. What do you all think about using the strong hit, weak hit, Powered by the Apocalypse setup for this? Do you think it's a good idea? You think we should do something else? Should I play through this? Personally, if you can, grab this, check out that Kickstarter, Down Among the Dead, just to kind of give a preview of that. They do give like a preview PDF of it here that you could download on the Kickstarter. And yeah, so you're going to do the kind of the same thing. Oh, this is interesting. Grab a standard set of 7 dice, drop them on a blank sheet of paper, draw lines around them to make land masses. Each die produces 2 results. The left result affects the entire island and creates its name. The right result, re-roll for extra dice to taste. Cool. Yeah, same deal. Here's this house rules. Wearing a costume. Oh, is this a joke? Okay, this is kind of, I mean, this is fun, but you should do this. I mean, this is immersive stuff. That's fun. I thought it was going to be like some optional like challenge rules or customizations, but I like this. When a PC dies, let them return to play as a reincarnated animal using the sentient animal class. Cool. Yeah, some of it is customization. I like it. It reminds me of that Magic the Gathering card. I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but this is like the type of card that you'd never see, you know, you'd see people freak out about now. They release that set for Magic the Gathering every few years. That's like, what's it called? Like Busted or Broken or something, where it's just really silly mechanics that aren't meant to be balanced. But I remember that there was legitimately early on a card that was like, you have to, like, whoever has the, like your little brother has to sit for you and play the rest of your hand. Or there's one that was like, stand up and move to the left. You now have that person's cards. And people were like, what the hell? No way. So you would never see stuff like that. A reef generator. The locker. I've never heard of locker used in this way. Does that mean just like a like an underwater sort of treasure chest. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of sparseness here. I think that is something that does happen with like the sort of Morkborg setup, is either it's overcrowded or it's underused. But hey, I mean, this was free. While in the locker, Ash has no effect. Huh. Okay, so this is like a pretty cheat, or not cheat, difficult. Cool. Yeah, I think this could be interesting. So it's more like an ethereal underground sort of eldritch Atlantis. Venom in the veins. Yeah, see, this is the one that I actually really like the color on this one, even though I can't really see what color that is. I think it's blue or green. Hooks and rumors. Rumors are great. In solo play, rumors are great. I love rumors because when you get rumors, you can decide whether to use it, modify it, or throw it away, which is a choice you always have. But for some reason, being told that something's a rumor rather than like news, it gives you permission to do that. If you're making solo games, put rumors in it. For some reason, this looks like close-ups of Ren and Stimpy when it would like show the inside of their nose, like a little hairy nose. Yeah, this is some really great, some meaty stuff here, folks. And another one. Blood-soaked mirror. I can't even read that. What does that say? Maelstrom. Okay, Maelstrom. Albrecht, Lord of the Tide, Vampire. Cool. Yeah, this is very much pared down for like a preview, so maybe that's why some of the things look pretty sparse. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if there's if any of you really like maritime stuff. Let me know like what grabs you in that. You know, pirate stuff. I don't know why I'm trying to be like someone at Harvard talking about this, but yeah, let me know like what grabs you, because to me, it seems that adding pirates to something always tends to make it like the stakes lowered, because they're going to have a lot of panache. They're going to be really clever, and they're going to always sort of like prevail against impossible odds, which is fine, like in a way, but in another way, it makes me feel like there's less weight, like there's less stakes, because pirates, I think, are the original purveyors of plot armor. That's why pirates don't like wear coats of armor, because they just have tons and tons of plot armor. But maybe this is different. Maybe everyone will just die of scurvy. That'd be great. Not in real life. If you watch this video, that means that you watched something that helped me feel better, and so I hope it makes you feel better. I really do feel better. I'm sorry if that was a little bit windy, but to be honest, you know, it's free, so enjoy it. And if you didn't like it, that's okay too. Let me know in the comments. I know you will. Thank you everyone for watching my channel and being part of this hobby. I really appreciate all of you. Okay, I should go.